Weep grana weepum ninny bong, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be checking out Blasters Babies. Also, Black Mamba makes a return with a pretty impressive looking non-transforming figure. We ask the question, what on earth is going on with Galvatron's face? And then we also get our first look at Rise of the Beasts, Megatron G1 inspired. Pretty interesting. All this and much more coming up in the next few minutes.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Kicking off today then over at ShowZ, and in stock right now they've got the X-Transbots takes on Inferno and the like. I never really know what to call that collection of bots. And also is that bulkhead that's not very bulky. It's Inferno with a bulk heed. And it's just, yeah, a little bit too slim for my likings, but all good. If you're excited about those bots, they are all in stock right now. Then moving over to FunB Studios, where they've been working on swords and massive guns for Skyquake. So again, making all of the fantastic accessories that Hasbro are, let's be fair, too lazy to make for their figures these days. So let's check in with this massive weapon, this massive looking sword, which is pretty damn nice. Don't forget, these are all 3D printed, so you download the schematics and print them off at home. Skyquake's cannon is phenomenal as well, and what I really like about everything that FunB Studios does is that it works with all of the blast effects from Hasbro, so you don't have to think, well, I'd really like to have a big blast cannon effect coming out of this, but unfortunately I can't because only Hasbro do that. But if you get it at the right scale, then yes, they work with it. Look how cool he looks. Moving over to Go Better, they're now focusing a lot of their attentions on New Age and their figures and how they can make upgrade kits for those figures, which are already pretty impressive. But this one I really wanted to speak about because this is going to give you a little bit more of a G1 look to the Nightbird that they've released recently. Obviously, Nightbird, even when it comes to New Age, is just a new heed and a recolor of the RC that they released recently. But what they've done here is allow you to remove that big old backpack that RC has and put in a slightly different backpack so that you've got a more G1 look. Obviously, if you remove backpack, then you are going to lose transformation. So this does come at a cost. You will lose all ability to transform, but Nightbird didn't transform in the first place. So swings and roundabouts, however you display it, I actually think this is a pretty damn good and I like it. Anybody that watches this channel knows that one of my favorite figures in my collection is Lady Eris, and we have Lady Eris Armadon coming very soon. This is some of the graphics for it that we've got released. So this is from MMC and it is so cool, and also we get a tech spec on the back and then a little bit of a story behind the figure as well. Loving anything to do with this. This is one of my most anticipated figures of the year so far. Lady Eris is fantastic, and this is a really cool recolor and slight reworking of the figure as well. Absolutely fantastic. The best cell shader in the world, Lek Customs, is back, and this time turning his hand to some third-party stuff from Planet X. Now this is, if you don't know, this is Planet X's take on Grimlock. This is what the original one looks like, and he has cell shaded this bad boy up, and it looks absolutely phenomenal, as does everything that Lek puts his hands on. I keep saying this, give this guy a follow, on Facebook, YouTube, links down in the description. Give him a bit of a follow, deserves a lot more love than this bad boy gets. Now, I don't know about this at all I know is these are some pictures of what looks to me to be a Legends scale Metroplex. I have no idea who is going to be making this. All I've seen is these test shots. I don't know if it's 3D printed. It doesn't look like it. And you can see there's a mix of New Age and Magic Square figures. When you look at it, surrounding it, that's what makes me think that know that it's at Legend scale currently. I think this bad boy looks phenomenal. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. And also, who could this be? Who is behind this wonderful toy? Moving over to Black Mamba, which is a company that I've not actually spoke about for a long time, and they're going to be bringing you this live action take on Prime in the lovely teal and black colors of a Nemesis Prime. From what I can make out, this bad boy comes with a lot of stuff, but doesn't transform. KFC have been showing off Blaster's babies, so yes, we're finally getting some tapes for the Blaster that a few of us have had for a long time. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time that these figures have been released, and they do look really good. I have this Blaster from KFC in my collection. It's the third Blaster I have, but the only one that I have at Masterpiece scale, and it is really good. I've got the kind of metallic version, so I won't be picking up these tapes until they hopefully release a metallic version of these tapes to kind of so it matches everything. But really cool. I'm super excited to get these two added to my collection, especially like the look of the steel jaw here. Let me know your thoughts on these ones down in the comments. Have you been waiting a long time for some tapes updates so you can get these in your Blaster's belly? Very cool. As always, let's see what they're like when they come out. Also, we have had a bit of a look into Magic Square and where they are right now with all of their prototypes. So we have a whole array of Magic Square prototypes laid out here in front of us. This is off Weibo. Lots to look forward to there if you're a Magic Square collector, especially that little Combaticon there in the corner. So that obviously looks like we'll be getting a Combaticons combiner from Magic Square very soon, which is great for me because I'm a New Age collector, and usually that means that New Age will be popping out with one of those very soon as well, because those two kind of work in tandem. Keeping things all magic and square, the Light of Victory, which is there, and their takes on Optimus Prime. We got to look at the box art, which is just really G1 and really cool. Iron Factory have a really interesting Galvatron. I own this Galvatron, but in a different colorway, and they're now going to be releasing this in the, well, the kind of 80s toy color as it came out that doesn't quite reflect the way that it was colored in the movie. After all, this is an okay figure, I have to say. I was a little bit disappointed. I do have a review of this figure on the channel if you want to check it out. It's nice. Is it as good as their Megatron? Hell no, because that's one of my favorite Megatrons of all time. But this is okay. It's just okay. But I think it looks beautiful in its bot mode. I'm not so hot on its alt mode, to be fair. Keeping things Galvatron, the team over at MMC Studios, in an official collaboration with Hasbro, are releasing this statue. Now, you can go and pre-order this bad boy right now, and it looks great. I think something that MMC Studios do very well is highly detailed and I guess kind of realistic-ish looking figures as well, so you can see all the inner workings and things like that. They always can be, you can see down in the corner a little version of the transformed version. You can put it in multiple poses and it comes with all kind of light up effects and things like that. But for me on this Galvatron, everything is amazing, but there's something about this face. I don't know what it is. I think it's because he's, maybe every single pose I've seen is this kind of face, like he's not very happy, which is Galvatron's standard face, I guess. But there's just something about the face that just, I don't know. It just puts me off the rest of the figure. I don't know why. The rest of it does look great. Obviously, we've got the matrix here that lights up. All this good detail down in the bottom. You can usually see them standing on top of some other figure or some other character. This one, I don't quite get. Maybe someone can help me out. Is it part of Unicron with the tentacles? Is it part of Quintessons? I'm not quite sure, but I do love the way that you can see all of these inner workings and all these things working. So let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments, and what do you think of that face? Does the face let everything else down, or are you alright with it? Transformers Rise of the Beasts is round the corner, and this week we got our first look at Transformers Flex Changers. And although they look like arse, I'll be honest here, the bot modes for both of these figures, Nightbird and Bumblebee, look absolutely horrifying and crap. I'm a big fan of the way that these transform. There's something about that, just fold it inside out and it turns into a bot that's very, very beautiful, and I think probably quite therapeutic. Maybe you could use it as some kind of stress device. I don't know, I just really like watching the way that it transforms, but what it transforms into is not for me at all. We also got a look at the box art, certainly for Nightbird here, and we can see obviously it's like a one-step transformation. We got a little look at the images, I guess, from the movie themselves, so we keep getting a little bit more and more images of Nightbird coming through, and I'm starting to think that he actually, or she, or they look very, very good in the movie as well, so I'm looking forward to that. This week we also got our very first look at what Megatron will look like in Rise of the Beasts, and everyone can be extremely happy that he's very G1 looking. The figure itself looks like it's based on what we got, let's be fair, in like Earthrise and stuff like that, but the face here that's pulled straight out the movie, that's looking pretty G1. His face looks a little bit like Galvatron, I guess, from the XM Studios one as well, but all in all, I'm excited to see a kind of G1 representation of Megatron on that big screen. This will be a really, really interesting movie. Kind of an extension of what we got in the beginning of the Bumblebee movie, right? Amazing, and I wonder if at any point he'll turn into Barney the dinosaur. And finally, get yourself hyped, because April the 4th we are going to get a Transformers live stream, and I guess this is where they're going to be talking about that Megatron scene, as it's leaked all over the internet right now. So that is everything from me on this Transformers Saturday. Sorry I haven't been around for about a week. I did post something about me being on a plane. Work has taken me all over Europe over the past 2 weeks. But as always, when I'm in the UK, I do try and get these videos out on a Saturday or a Tuesday. If you're new around here, please think about giving me a like, a share, and a subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Alright, team, in a bit.